The call came at 2:13 a.m. No name, just breathing. Then her voice, thin, careful. "You should see what they're saying about you." I didn't ask who they were. I already knew. The board had voted. Unanimous. They said I caused his death, that my obsession drove him into the river, that the company couldn't survive with me attached to it. I stared at the contract on my desk. My signature still wet in memory. My work still breathing in its margins. Outside, rain pressed its face to the window like a witness. Inside, something settled in me, cold. Still, she hung up without goodbye. That was when I understood. This wasn't a mistake. It was a design. They buried the story under legal language. Tragic misjudgment, emotional instability, liability risk. Her words were simpler. "You've always been intense." She didn't look at me when she said it. Her eyes stayed on the coffee cup my best friend was holding. Ethan, my brother by history, my partner by ambition, my shadow by choice. They stood too close, shared silence too easily. I watched them from across the room like an autopsy in progress. He had been dead for 6 weeks. The man whose name was on the building, the one they said I pushed too hard. They never said murder. They didn't need to. The vote stripped me of everything. Shares, authority, my designs. Ethan became CEO by morning. She became his comfort by night. I told myself it was coincidence, that grief rearranges loyalties. But phones don't lie, and neither do locked doors. I learned to move like I was already gone. I let them think I was broken. Quiet, ashamed. Inside, I cataloged. Messages deleted but not erased. Calendar invites labeled strategy at midnight. A hotel receipt folded into a jacket pocket she forgot to burn. I requested copies of the board minutes. They denied me, so I requested the corporate archive. They didn't know I still had clearance. The clause was buried in the founding agreement, a paragraph written by a lawyer who hated shortcuts. Any transfer of control following a death required an audit, unless the successor was named in a sealed appendix. They never opened the appendix, because they assumed I was too devastated to remember. I had drafted it myself. Every prototype, every patent, every line of code, owned by the architect if succession was corrupted by conflict of interest. Conflict like sleeping with the new CEO. Conflict like blaming the dead man's partner. I waited. Let them celebrate. Let them spend. I handed her the audit report first. No envelope. No speech. Just paper on the kitchen table. Her hands shook when she read the first line. Her breath broke on the third. Ethan arrived halfway through. He tried to smile. Tried to joke. "Man, this is a misunderstanding." I asked one question. "Did you read the appendix?" Silence moved through the room like smoke. She cried. Not for him. For herself. He didn't cry. He calculated. They both realized at the same time. Their victory was temporary. Their wealth conditional. The truth wasn't about the affair. It was about timing. They'd moved too fast and stepped into my trap. The board meeting felt like a funeral. Ethan spoke first. Confidence rehearsed. Voice polished. I waited until the vote ended. Then I stood. "I invoke Clause 17B. They laughed until the lawyer cleared his throat. The appendix opened. My name surfaced. Ownership reverted. Accounts froze. Stocks collapsed. Ethan's voice cracked. She tried to interrupt. I didn't look at either of them. I watched the company return to me like a limb reattached. They lost the building, the funds, the future they rehearsed in hotel rooms. Security walked them out. She turned once at the door. Her mouth opened. I said nothing. There was nothing left to explain. I didn't rebuild what they touched. I sold it. Let someone else name it. Wear it. Misunderstand it. Power isn't possession. It's release. Sometimes revenge isn't fire. It's erasure. I walked past the river where he died. Not to forgive. Not to remember. Just to confirm something. They had taken my life's work. I had taken their illusion, and that was enough. I don't miss her. I don't miss him. I miss the man I was before betrayal taught me how to write traps instead of dreams. The clause still exists. So do I. but neither of us belongs to them anymore.